this is actually Detained for Winter Circle, one of the videos on YouTube. One of the videos on YouTube that my channel has to offer right now. The rant. And this is a revised version of Detained for Winter Circle. This is really all about, detention. And what would have happened if I arrived, early. Detained for Winter Circle. So, almost about a year ago, it was in October. And it was October 27th, if you want to know the specific date. And it was a really cloudy, crappy day. And my teacher found something and still working. And Epiphany, you need to take this down to detention. And, well, unfortunately, because of forgetfulness, you will be attending Winter Circle detention today. And I'm like, what in the world is this teacher thinking about? Because, I was thinking that, I would never get a detention. But it did happen to me on that specific day. So I head down to Miss Woodward's room for detention. And, of course, so I sat there about 45 minutes for detention. And I arrived a couple minutes late. So it might have been a little less than 45 minutes, but it was around the 45-minute range. In fact, it was 45 minutes, like I said before. I was right the first time. So, anyway, I had arrived to detention late by a couple minutes. So people were in detention early. And I'm like, da-da-da-da-do. Person was laughing because I was in detention. So, questionary that I am, I, of course, had a lot of questions about detention. I raised my hand and said, Miss Woodward, can I go to the bathroom? And she said, normally in detention you wouldn't go to the bathroom. But since you're here for homework, go ahead. She was very nice that she even said yes for bathroom. So after I come out for my few minutes of break from detention, I walk back into that detention room. All signs pointed to yes, that it was going to rain, but it didn't rain. Well, to me, it did. Anyway, it was detention. It was a very bad place, and I want you all to really, really understand that detention stinks. I agree with all of you that think that detention stinks. I really do. And my teacher really thought that putting me in detention would be nice for a change. That she's a good girl, get into some, detention trouble. So, after 15 minutes, I got out of detention, finally. And I told my father when he went, I told my father when I got home, that I got detention. Dad, I got detention, and I had to serve today. And he's like, ha ha, how do you like them apples? I'm like, what the? That's crazy. That's crazy. You know, and I was trying to find a better way to, compromise this and to think about it. So I got punished with no magazine on that day. No magazine day. Then the ideas of my craziness kept coming and kept coming. But on December 1st, detention returned with a vengeance. So, of course, I stepped into Miss Tucker's room. Get it? John Tucker Must Die and Tucker. They both have to do with detention scenes. Get it? They both have to do with detention scenes. So as I took my second steps into the detention room, she had the most craziest yet thoughtful quote I had ever heard. There isn't an I'm done in detention. Read your book. And as soon as I was done with my work, about 2 seconds after I started reading my book, she said, "Okay, it's time to start lining up." That was the quickest detention I've ever been in. Felt like 15 minutes, I'm done. I'm done. But really, the first detention kept feeling long and long and long and long. So, this is a reenactment of what would have happened if I was late. I mean, if I was early. So, you're my first person to arrive to detention. You're 5 minutes early. Well, I would have, wouldn't want to miss a minute of being, detained. You wouldn't want to miss a minute of what? I wouldn't want to miss a minute of, detention. Or I wouldn't want to miss a minute of, being detained. That really is stealing from movies. I know. No copyright fragment intended. Copyright fragment. Yeah, but I gotta do what I gotta do to arrive early. Come on, get in. So you came early too? Yeah, of course we come to detention early. We always come to detention. How long have you been to detention? 34 times. What the? Not really. Just like 8 times in the entire school year. So you've been in every detention? Every detention possible. What are you doing now? What are you doing? Just nothing, just sitting and, detention. Because, wouldn't want to miss a minute of being detained. So, I sat down, and so we all sit down in the detention room, right? And the teacher starts saying, "Detention has started. There will be no talking, no jibber-jabber, no cell phone usage, and that means no texting, and no calling, and detention is purposely designed to cure your behavior. That's why you're all not in one circle right now." Well, this stinks. Hey, but it beats the heck out of digging ditches. Even if I was expelled, it would beat the heck out of digging ditches. So, man, detention stinks. We all know that. So start doing our work, and then soon detention was up. And that's called being detained for Winter Circle. Love you all. Goodbye.